Hello, I'm Michelle Berry Franco. Welcome to How to Speak and Write So They Can't Help But Listen, Part 4. So today I want to talk about how to inspire them to action. We have gone over how to get your message radically clear, and then how to get their attention, keep their attention, and then now we're going to talk about how to help them take action on your message. And this can be a complex stage, and so I want to tell this a story to just kind of help illustrate some of that complexity. And then, of course, I'm going to give you some strategies you can use to inspire them to action. So this story is about me when I first went into business 5 years ago. And I was very excited. I had just quit a master's degree in counseling program. It was a 3-year program. I was 1 year in. I realized at that point that I didn't really need this degree to do the work that I wanted to do. I already had a master's degree in communication. What I care about and the work I wanted to do then, same as the work I want to do now, is how to help people express themselves more powerfully. So I already had the degree I needed. I just needed the courage to get out there and do it. So I quit the program. I created some brochures and launched my communication consulting business. And that was very exciting. I sent out the brochures, and the next day I had my first client, and she referred me, and I had another client, and things started off really well. But about a year in, I realized that if I wanted to create a real sustainable business, I was going to need some help. And at this point, I was learning more and more about the online world and business coaches, and I had started following a business coach who had branding and a message that really resonated for me. And she was really promising what I was wanting, which was to do work that I loved on a flexible schedule, so working from home, and to make a good living doing that. And that sounded great. Doesn't that sound great? And so I got in touch, and we did our initial session to decide whether or not it would be a good fit. It looked like a good fit to me, and we started moving forward with the business coaching. And we did some good work at first. I mean, she's whip smart, and she had a lot of really good advice for me, and she had great processes that I could implement to start expanding my reach in the world. And but what I kept noticing, and what she kept noticing, was that while we kept talking about great things that I could do, I wasn't taking the action that was necessary in order to build this business that I was saying I wanted and that she had promised that we could create. And at the time, I didn't know why I wasn't taking that action. But I just wasn't. And she kept trying, I think, different ways of talking to me about it. And she tried the tough love strategy a bit. She tried the gentle, compassionate strategy. And while all of those things helped a little, really, what I know now is I wasn't ready. I had beliefs going on that needed to be worked on. I had a lot of just fears. I needed more time. I needed it to go a little slower than I thought I needed. And those were things that one could argue that a good coach would know. That isn't what we had said we were going to be working on. And so she was, in many ways, giving me what she was promising, which was processes and strategies for building this business. And I wasn't able to take the action. And I tell you this story because you may run into this. No matter how good your message, no matter how great your processes and your strategies, it is possible that whoever you're speaking to, your client, your audience, your potential clients, they just may not be ready to take that next step, and it might have nothing to do with you and what you've put together and how you're communicating. And I want you to hold that in your heart and in your mind, because we need to accept that so that we can move forward with those that are ready and recognize those that are ready and those that aren't, and have compassion for both situations. So let's assume that you do have people in front of you that you are working with, either as potential clients or as current clients, who are ready. What are some strategies that you can use that will help them take action? I'm going to give you 2. One is you can reduce uncertainty. And the second one is you can make it easy. Make it easy for them to take the next action. So reducing uncertainty would be things like increasing transparency, which just means sharing more about what your process looks like ahead of time, so that when they think about stepping in to work with you, let's say, they know what to expect. They don't have all of those questions and that curiosity sort of spinning around in their head, fogging their ability to decide whether or not they want to move forward. So it might be about describing the process. It might be about telling them what it's going to cost, like on your website, so that that barrier is out of the way and they can move past that decision point. So reducing uncertainty for them. And then the second thing that you can do to make it easier for them to take action is you can make it easy to take the action, literally. So if you are talking with someone at a networking event and they are interested in your services, let's say, of course you could say, oh, give me a call. Yes, I'd love to do some coaching with you. There's a lot of stuff between this initial conversation and deciding to pay you to help them move forward in whatever it is they want to move forward in. But you could say, hey, go to my website and you can get I have a free process there that you can sign up for through email. And it's much easier for a person to make that step, right? So you could do that, or you could say, hey, give me a call. I'd love to have, no obligation. I do 20-minute conversations just to see if we'd be a good fit. So that's a lot easier to take action on. And think about that when you're already working with someone or you're sharing your message from the stage. What is the small next step that they could take that would be very easy for them to take, that might lead to the next bigger one, to the next bigger one? So those are some strategies that you can implement when you know someone is ready. And then just please always remember, you may not have control over whether they take action. You don't have control over whether they take action. And it might have nothing to do with you and your great communication. So that is the final lesson in our 4-part video training series. I'm so grateful that you signed up and that you've been here. I have enjoyed this process with you very much. I have some cool takeaways here on this page, some surprises, so be sure you read down on the bottom of this page. And Soul Power to Your Message, which is my book, is coming out at the end of November. So if it's past November when you're seeing this message, then you can go to my website or go to Amazon or your favorite book retailer and get a copy. I would love to hear your feedback on that book, but that's one easy, simple way for you to take this process forward. Otherwise, please let me know how I can help. I'm always a reply away. Take good care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.